This is the Beat Basement, where you hear from your livest producers. And this is where it all goes down. This is where you hear the funky sounds from the producers that's up and coming and Grammy Award winning. All of them. I'm your host, Swish, and we going in. Everything going in.
On this episode, this is more like a interlude going into my second season. So you guys should really be excited about the second season, because I know I am, man. It's more growth for me as a podcaster. Yeah, it's just really exciting, man. And you know, a lot of these interviews are good people and just good producers and beat makers, you know, that I've met along the way or whatever, man. And you know, I just want to let y'all know, you know, whatever it is you guys want to talk about, or want me to talk about, any questions you would like me to ask any of these beat makers, producers, composers, just let me know, you know, and I'll definitely get back to you on it. I'll definitely, if you should hear it on the show. So yeah, man, if you had the chance, if you had the opportunity, comment, like, share, you know, all of that good stuff. You know, follow me, follow the podcast. I mean, that would be real helpful, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just want to take a second out anyway to thank you guys, like, from the bottom of my heart, man. Like, I appreciate it, you know what I mean? I appreciate the minute, the second, just the time that your ears just gives to the podcast, you know what I mean? Because I know it's a lot of stuff going on in the world, you know, and just, you know, social media and just everything, to where I would like to thank y'all. You know, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all checking in with me for a hot second, man. So I appreciate that, because time is definitely valuable. And I hope that on my podcast, you know, you get a lot of valuable insights and just knowledge on a lot of these people, these beat makers, these individuals, man, they all have their own stories to tell, man. They all come from different walks of life. You know, it's just a treat, man, just to hear, you know, where one person comes from and how they grew to be, you know, and how they're still perfecting their sound, or, you know, how they feel like, you know, their beats are worthy to be heard and worthy to get placement from you artists, you know, and just people that just love music, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, thank y'all a lot. So big to me, I would definitely like to give my followers a name, you know, my listeners, you know. I call you, you know, we're gonna call y'all the beat geeks. Beat geeks. What up, beat geeks? What's up? Yeah. That was the best name that I could think of, that I could come up with. Mainly because of, you know, when I was growing up, me and my little clique, you know, me and my little partners, you know, we used to call everybody geeks. You know what I mean? Look at that geek. Yeah, geek. She a geek. Oh, I like that geek. Or, you know, it was just a phrase. You know what I mean? Not necessarily meaning you're a geek, but, you know, you into what you into, you know, and you into these beats. So that's what it do. That's what it do. Yes, sir. Y'all are the squad, man. Y'all are the squad. So get used to the name. If y'all would like to be called something else, you know, again, let me know. Comment on it. Let me know. So So yeah, let me tell y'all a little bit about how I got started with the podcast, the music stuff and just how I came to podcasting. Basically, was just around music, you know, around some big people, big names in the music industry, and at the time, I'm thinking rapper, I'm not a rapper, you know. I do like rap music, I did grow up in the hood. I grew up kind of rough, ghetto, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so just one day my buddy Zay Tobin, and this was before he was like, superstar. It was just like, hey, what's up, man? All of us was friends. It was just like, you want to come to the studio? We all go to the studio, and make diss records, about our other friends. So, this is my first time getting in on it. So as soon as I get in the booth, as soon as I get in front of a microphone, as soon as he puts the beat on, it's just like something different, It was just something so new and just because I had never been to even a studio, let alone, somebody's basement studio, let alone, a microphone recording, you know what I mean? We would record, but it would be like on an instrumental, like a Goody Mob instrumental, Outkast. When we had tape decks, when you would put the pieces of paper in a tape deck and record like that. So this was my first time getting in there, and once I touched the microphone, man, it just felt magical. It just felt like superpowers. It was almost like whatever animosity, whatever anger, whatever frustration, whatever you had going on, you can get it out and let it out on the microphone, which is, I found out to be a good stress reliever, man. So, if you feel like venting or just, snapping or doing anything, man, record it. Record it. Maybe somebody would like to hear it, Maybe somebody would. So, yeah, so I was doing the music thing after that. After that one time I got in Zaytoven studio, that was the first studio I had ever been in my life. I was like, okay, I think I want to do some music, you know what I mean? And why not, you know what I mean? I was around Zaytoven, the best in the game. And, he would give me beats and I would rap to him. So I ended up putting tapes together, and I'm still, it takes a long time just to critique your sound, let alone the business aspect of it. You know what I mean? It can really take a toll on you. So if you don't have the time, the money, the dedication, just regular life, man. Regular life goes on, and you can easily get off track or not just get off track, but you can easily just, lose sight of what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So eventually I got to the point to where, okay, well, my rap's not popping off as fast as I want it to. What else can I do to get in the music game? How else can I be a tool? How else can I, contribute to the game? And, I was rapping with my cousin. I had never, really, I've heard of podcasting, but I was never, I was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I didn't really think about, what I would do with a podcast or you know what I mean? Or how it could even relate to music. Nobody was really making like music podcasts or whatever. So this is actually the first of its kind, where you actually have a producer, beat maker, composer, band make something brand new, something fresh while you're listening to it. So they give you a little bit of their life story, for a few minutes. And then they actually cook up something fresh off the top of their heads. So, I came up with the idea of combining those two. You know what I mean? Talking about music, that that's cool too. I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? Let me combine the two. And then Zay makes beats all the time, like something I really like. Something I would really like, to listen to. You know what I mean? Because as an artist, you want to hear beats. That's all you want to do all day long is hear different beats or what you think you sound good on. Or, most rappers, most artists say, "I got just put me on anything." When truly, that's not for real. Because nobody sounds good on everything, on every type of sound. So yeah, I just like beats, man. I like beats. Being an artist first, you're gonna like beats, and like I said, it goes hand in hand. So I just combine the two together, man, and I just hope that you guys really adore it, and really just find it dope, because it is truly the first of its kind. You know what I mean? And I've just been just trying to critique it lately. So the first season, that's what the whole first season was really basically doing, just getting off the ground and finding my finding my footing, and just critiquing it, and whatever I need to do, whatever you think would be best for me, I definitely would like to hear it and hear you guys critique it, or just give me feedback on what you think would be good as well. Yeah, so let me give you a little bit more info about me, or really what kind of music I like, since what kind of sounds I like, what do I think is good. Any given time, my music can range. I can go from Linkin Park, Future. You know what I mean? So I really don't have a certain genre. You know what I mean? As long as the beat sounds good, the artist sounds good, and he's just he's riding the beat, or just anything, man. That's what I like. The type of beats I like, depending on how I feel. And I'm pretty sure it just depends on how you feel at certain times. Like today, like it was the Isley Brothers. I was listening to the Isley Brothers, and they make a lot of their own music. And it was, what was I listening to? Oh, For the Love of You, and it was it was just how I was feeling. It's just a feeling, what you feel sometimes. And this was early in the morning. And then, tomorrow it might be Zaytoven, and Future, Morilla, you know what I mean? Ain't no telling. Sleep with the K, I'm more real than y'all. A regular day, I'm more chiller than y'all. Diamonds on freeze, ain't gon' never thaw. Niggas. Depends. Or it might be one of my beats already off the podcast. I might just turn that on and just start, I might just start humming some stuff to it. hum some Migos stuff to it or something. I don't know. But I've realized, how much the artist and the beat maker goes hand in hand, man. So I really don't feel like one or the other really outshines the other, I feel like they're both rock stars, and my job now on this podcast is to give you these rock stars, let you hear from these rock stars, the rock stars behind the rock star. You know what I mean? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Really. The first song that I've ever heard, like really heard with my ears, growing up, like in the ghetto, when I was a little boy, I really felt it, and it impacted me greatly. You know what I mean? Like, and I was young, man, but it was Juicy by Biggie Smalls. I heard that on the radio, man.
This album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never
Blew my
amount to
mind,
nothing.
like,
To all the
you
people
know what I mean?
that lived
It
above
was
the
just
buildings that I
like-
was hustling from, that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my
blew
daughter.
it completely.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read
You
word
know
up.
what's crazy is I'm more. I wouldn't say I'm more of a Tupac fan, but I listen to more of Tupac's music. But Biggie was like one of the first songs, like I really, that Juicy was like really one of the first songs like I heard with my ears. You know what I mean? And it was dope. It was dope. It was dope. Definitely, I grew up in an era with, like Dr. Dre and them, and I thought he made the best beats. Him, DJ Quick, it was a few guys, We can even go East Coast and go Jizza, you know what I mean? It just varies, Yeah, so, I mean, the whole 90s era was a mecca of music to me, and the beats were like, like just, I don't know, just like a symphony to me, and I recognize that, and I recognize how big of a part it played in my life, just listening to, instrumentals. We would rap off instrumentals, you know what I mean? Like, they would have a tape with the song, and then you flip it on the other side, it's just the instrumental. So, we would rap to that. And it was crazy, man. It was tight, though. One thing I found mostly in common when I've been interviewing most of these producers is that they all pretty much come from a church background, Their grandmas, their moms, fathers, everybody, just has that church feeling instilled in them, you know what I mean? And it makes sense, cause it's crazy, you know what I mean? Cause even in heaven, Lucifer, you know who I'm talking about. He was the head of the musical ministry. So, it was crazy, the type of just feeling that music gives you, and just type of control, and just the type of just vibe you can get. And you could definitely get that, that godly, that wonderful free feeling vibe it gives you too, you know what I mean? So it feels like it takes you, away from the bad, you know what I mean? Even though they might even be talking about something bad, it can still take you away from bad things, and just open your mind and give you a different perspective and take you to another place. So, I mean, it's crazy that all of them have, it's not crazy that they all have church backgrounds, because I think we all should have some type of religious background or belief, but that's for a whole nother story, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get too deep in it, but just know that God is good, especially on these beats and everything. But yeah, so on this upcoming season, upcoming topics, I definitely would like to incorporate, you know what I mean? Just as far as in, I want some of the producers to make beats according to some of the holidays, like for example, Christmas might be coming up, I want them to do something like, like Snoop Dogg and them did, with the Christmas song they had for the holidays, whatever type of feeling you get from whatever holiday or day it is, then I would like for the beat makers to interpret that, and that way, they give it some type of flair, some type of theme, world events. How can I contribute? How can we contribute to even our communities? Or the world? What's going on with the world? At the time, and what we think would help those situations. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to start incorporating different themes, different topics, for these upcoming episodes. It may be season 2. Definitely, as we go deeper into the seasons, you will get different topics, just issues and just just different vibes on what's going on. So thanks for listening. Y'all get your popcorn ready, cause we about to have a lot of fun, man. All right, B Geeks, hold it down. And your boy Swish, we gone. The important thing is not to stop questioning, by Albert Einstein. Gotta keep asking questions. That's the only way you're gonna find out. That's the only way you're really gonna get the knowledge that you need to know. That's my interpretation on it, y'all. Alright? Y'all be blessed.